Season finale. They did their big one on that show. They really did their big one. Honestly, my favorite part has been seeing everyone leave the villa and truly take off with their careers. It feels like at least everybody that wanted something from the show, they ended up in getting something from the show. Besides all the folks that were I don't even want to call them the villains of the season, but I will say it feels vindicating seeing all the couples actually leave and continue being a couple besides the one that I was not going for. The fact that y'all voted out Ace this early, or at least voting out Ace to keep Huda and the man that don't like her, that I cannot forgive y'all. But you know what? At least it gave me my favorite scene in the show. She says, "Can you carry me?" He said, "Absolutely not. You will walk." And another thing, and as the season was going through, I'm glad that they wrapped up some character arcs the way that I really wanted to see them. Like the Shelly and Ace finally coming back together to do their big one. I like to clap for y'all. Nick and Olandria, I like to clap for y'all too, because of they were leaving hints. But I will say Nick is a little slimy. It's a little slimy. She said, hey, this is all I want from my man. I just want him to truly love and adore me and truly put me forth and let me see myself as the prize. Let me see myself to be truly desirable from your eyes. And he said, "Oh, you need some words of affirmation? Don't worry, my love. But I will also say, out of all the fan edits of everybody, Nick Olandria's was the fires. It was the most fire. It felt like... I always like to say, in a relationship, the man just gotta love the woman a little bit more than she love him. He needs to adore. He needs to turn around and be like, "That's the one. That's the one I'm throwing it to. That's the one I bring it to the stage," because of kind of, you know what's funny? Earlier in the episode, I was talking about the role of a man, the role of the woman, things of that nature, and it feels like an underlining wants for both people is truly to be wanted, to be shown off. Because I've always heard women say that they don't want to be seen as like pretty and attractive and things of that nature. But it's like, no. You want it from the right person. And it just feels... Love is always nice to see. Love is always nice to endure and feel, and it's just a great time. And honestly, the fact that a reality TV show was able to make me feel such highs and such lows, I was watching this on live, getting ready to shed a tear in anger, in sorrow, in joy for all the different scenes that I was out here enduring through. And shouts out to my papaya. I will say that. Shouts out to Amaya. She was out here. She did her big one. And, shouts out to... What's her name? What is his name? Brian? Shouts out Brian, too. I am so glad. So they offered, "Hey, here's 100,000. Are you going to split it with Amaya, or are you just going to take it and run?" And he did the thing that people with sense do. They said, "Don't worry about it. We will share." And I love the fact that people could sit back with some foresight, because that 100 bands, you did not need it. I've seen the way that they're treating people online over this show. You did not need it. I promise you, bro. And speaking of the way that y'all are treating people online, tell me why people are getting doxxed. Tell me why people are out here riding for some of these people. And the number one individual that people have been riding for, and I'm honestly just surprised. I can't lie. I'm very surprised. People are dying over this Lady Huda. People are willing to bash and throw people under buses over this Lady Huda. And I'm starting to watch y'all, and I'm like, there's no way folks can do all this abusive, manipulative tactics in relationships, hide behind the trauma response that they have, and say this is just how I am, and you just have to deal with it. My brother in Christ, you are putting people in insane propositions. You are making people... You are changing not just the narrative that these people are living through, because keep in mind, in Love Island world, you're going through psychosis. I can't even lie. Everyone in that book is just going through psychosis because of they are moving like this isn't a reality show. And I'm watching folks forget that they're on reality TV. But my main gripe is the changing of narratives. Not so much the fact that she's telling other people her story from her own point of view. It's more so the fact that you can be so reductive to a person's experience and then go on the biggest platforms on the internet and just preach that stuff and having your friends go and just hunt them down and hunt anybody that has an opposing view is ridiculous. And I'm like, y'all are being blinded by bad bitchery. Y'all are being seduced. And you know what? I've always said the scariest thing in the world is a bad bitch that knows she a bad bitch. Pretty privilege alongside the halo effect, alongside people adoring the little personalities in them because it reminds them of them. That is dangerous. That is scary because you will see all these, I'll just keep calling it abuse. These abusive traits and then be like, it's quirky. This seems more quirky than anything else. Y'all are overblowing it. Y'all are just trying to get her because she's pretty and y'all are jealous. Pretty and y'all are jealous? I'm talking to my homegirl. She gonna say, if this was a man or if this was a black woman doing this heinousy, the world would be throwing stones. And it's just wild to see. And you know what? I'll backtrack a little bit on Ace. He's pretty reasonable. He's pretty reasonable. I cannot lie. He is pretty reasonable. And I'd like to take this moment to say he might not be 5'6". He might be a male 5'9". Do y'all know what that means? I remember I was talking about this on another show where men have this way of presenting their height in different ways where it's only accurate if you have a man's mind. So let me explain. Let's say you're 5'9", barefoot. You gonna tell people you 5'10", 5'11". Do you know why? Because you own shoes. And do you know what happens when you own shoes? You are technically walking around in most pair of shoes. Let's say you're walking around in New York. You're just walking around in Timbs. You're walking around in Hoka slides. You never not 5'11". You never not 5'10". You never not. But for women, I've realized that they're actively like lowering how tall they are to the point of like slouching or having their height, the regular height, be without shoes or things of that nature that men are just like, no. Give us those couple inches. You know why? Because y'all are mean. The world is pretty mean to short men. To the point, it's pretty hilarious how inconsiderate some people are when they are interacting with short men. And y'all will sit here and claim that y'all want a short king, but I will say, when it comes to trying to assault a man, the first few things that go, are they broke? They might not be broke. Are they attractive? They might not be attractive. You know what? They're short and bald. Those two combinations, short and bald, they're gonna throw that in there just to try and get you a quick stab in on the emotional end. So I will say that. But another thing, I do like how Ace spanned back and he was like, from the beginning of week 1, Shelly, it'll be me and you. It will be me and you, to the point of the only other man that was getting as much attention as Ace is literally just Nick. It was just Nick, but I think that's just more the white boy allure than anything else, where you ever been on the internet? I know that's a crazy sentence. You know, when you're interacting with an individual, that you're interacting with a white boy and they just find the baddest POCs for no reason at all. They even though they mid, but they'll always find the baddest POC around because as long as they just have some sway, some rock, it's calm. All those extra biases and things of that nature that come along, it just put it to the side. Well, you know what? You're not aggressive. You're more safe than anything else. Oh, you're not dumb. You're just airy. You're fun. You're joyous. You're just a fun guy. So being able to interact with other baddies this whole time has been just very interesting to watch on his end. But back to Ace. Ace has been with the baddies the whole show. And it's to the point where everybody was giving him the same interactions over and over and over. They shot viciously. But he said, no, Shelly. Huda can start doing all that extra stuff. What's her name? Who was the other one? Who was that? Iris? Yes, Iris. Iris could be doing that extra stuff too, but no. It'll be me and you, Shelly. So once you ditch that 6'8" white boy, just come talk with me. And I loved it. Now let's talk about Huda and Chris a little bit. The amount of people that told me, oh my God, I love their relationship when it first started. And I was like, it feels a little too good to be true. That's the type of things I was getting from it. And then it felt like the last relationship was just playing out in slow motion. And then it got to the point where, you ever seen a beaten down man? You ever see a man that's just tired? They just can't do it anymore. He was doing I hate my woman things. They were doing I hate my girlfriend activities. And I don't condone, but I feel you. You trying to get a point across and they just thinking you joking. You trying to set a firm boundary and they think you're being ridiculous and you're being insensitive for not giving up the cuddles. Oh, and you know what? I want to talk about that too. When Huda was like, I'm going to count down to 3 and you better get over here. And if you don't, tomorrow's going to be the worst day ever. I'm going to be mad at you. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, let that be a man. Oh my God, let that be a man. Or let that be an ugly woman. Oh, the streets. You're telling me that's oh my God. And back to what I was saying earlier, the minimization of interactions like that when she is telling everybody else to form this cohesive belief system that's against him. It doesn't only feel like the world is against you, but it feels like the reality that you are living in is second, or it's not even happening to begin with, and you should just be happy to be in that role. That's the voice that's telling you. But you just have to sit there and be firm in the fact that, okay, I'm not going crazy. And when they invited their family on, I was like, oh, this is extra manipulation. And the mom was like, oh, y'all look so good together. She listens and you guys just work well. I'm like, wow. I get it. The 100 bands was 100 bands. Fine. But still, yeesh. I know that was tough. That was a tough watch. That was definitely a tough watch. But I would like to mention again what's that word? The parasocial relationships that I've seen form in this season of reality TV was very interesting for me to watch, because it's like, I remember watching shows like Jersey Shore and RuPaul's Drag Race and shows like that, right? And what's the other one? Or even more shows that are closer to Love Island, like Too Hot to Handle, The Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise, things of that nature, shows that I've seen. I haven't seen such a overwhelming fan interaction in a long time. And I feel like as a society, we need to figure out this gender war now. Because the amount of individuals that I've seen being like, oh, y'all are being far too hard on a Huda was scaring me. Because you're telling me you're out here relating to this and you are allowed to be out dating people in the world doing these same crazy things? Wow. Because let me sit back and let me ask you. It was a man that went on a whole dating show with his daughter. He has a daughter back at home, and he waits literally about a week, 2 weeks of dating y'all. And then you find out you weren't hiding the kid from the world. You were hiding the world from your kid. That's your take? No! And then we all just collectively like, oh no, she's just a good mom trying to find love, and she just wants to be loved and connect with somebody new and no. No. But yeah, no, as I was watching it, I was like, wait, there's no way that y'all are letting this slide. Oh. But hey, everybody has different levels of consistency when it comes to judging character and what they deem is acceptable and what they deem is abusive and things of that nature, which I feel like as a community, as a group, we all need to come together to set a higher bar, because the bar can't be in hell. The bar really cannot be in hell. But yeah, very fun. Is there anything else I gotta hit on? Yeah. Thank y'all for watching. This is the Dojo Podcast. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, the whole 9 yards, man. Thank y'all.